Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
Well, well, well. What's up? Is there any?
What's up?
Yeah, it's like a first. We don't have people in the chat room before the show starts, even though we were late. Because, got to have some tech issues or it's just not Weird Wednesday.
8 minutes late.
Haven't been at my computer all evening. Had everything set. Everything's working perfect. Come in here and sit down to talk to Jamie a few minutes early before the show, and the audio's not working. What? WTH.
I got here on time. We are I see the live in the corner. I see my YouTube live in the corner.
Yeah.
We don't lose the stream like StreamYard would do for being like 4 minutes late.
Guess not. I don't know. Let me give it a check. See. Who knows? We might not be anywhere.
Yeah. Oh wait, I see us. I see us on Facebook.
All right. Gary's here. So we're live somewhere.
You heathen.
Yeah, man.
You heathen, Rob.
Hey, I try.
That's what my dad used to say every time I would burp. He would go, heathen.
Yeah, man. I was doing a different kind of burping the last few days. Oh, it was rough. I don't know what happened to me, but good.
That made me think of Dumb and Dumber. Rough.
That was rough. You okay in there? I'm just shaving. Yeah, man. It was bad.
Are you better?
Yeah, I think I'm better. I'm not 100% by any means, but yeah, I'm way better than I was. What's up, Craig. How's it going?
Hey, Craig.
Craig, how you gonna lose your job on your day off?
You took it out of my mouth. I was gonna say it's Friday.
Man. Yes, indeed. Yep, just sit down at the computer. Everything's good, but it don't work right. Why is that? Why you always with me? Why is everybody always picking on me?
Like Cartman on South Park. Mom, I borrow your lipstick because I want to look pretty the next time you try to me.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Linda.
just shaving.
It
That was
was
me.
just the TSA one when I was coming on here where they have to inspect them for something like in their butts, like in their bowels. And she's like, let me bend over and see what's in your ass first. And the boy goes, I only have to go pee. She goes, well, I need to reach down and cup your balls.
Lordy.
It's like they're getting very intrusive there at the TSA.
Yeah, that you can keep your shoes on now though.
Hey, Marie, I know that's that's good.
I mean, I'm sure they ran into some funky toe cheese. Like I've come back from like Costa Rica before where I've had wet shoes and like you're wearing wet shoes for like 3 days and your feet smell like uh, a wagon of funk and death. And yeah, they want you to take your shoes off when you're going through the TSA.
And then the people behind you are walking right
Yeah,
over
it's
it.
like, all right, you asked for it. Wave of funk.
I always put on like just easy shoes
Yeah.
when I'm going through. But then it's like now it's easy to conceal stuff in a shoe, even whether you're in a metal detector or an x-ray or not. I mean, you can make a lot of plastic things like handcuff keys, shivs, all sorts of stuff that you lay sideways in the sole of your shoe. It's not going to look like anything. But whatever. They have a
Bottles of
reason.
shampoo on the plane. Oh man. Yeah, we've been having some weird weather around here. I don't know about y'all out there, but 3 people got struck by lightning at the pier the other day. So, yeah,
What?
man. Fucking bazap, and then somebody was out in a boat and they got hit by lightning and they didn't make it.
What?
Yeah, man. Lightning hit a tree over at the disc golf park. Like we had some wicked ass storms.
What kind of
The
lightning?
zapping kind.
Like the bolt. Okay, so we're having all these these floods. Like everywhere has a flash flood conveniently, and I seen what was it that fire tornado? Where is that? It's like a big ass tornado. Like it's firestorm. And the wind is like it's circling, and it reminds me of Maui, the way the hot air circled the fire around it in a like a tornado. Um, and then these lightning storms, it's like all going back to the East Coast again.
Yeah.
In the Midwest. Like New York is there was like 265 flash flood alerts the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, we even had them here. Like the day. Yeah, like look at this. Yeah, 3 people got struck by lightning, 1 that got struck out in a boat, and then there was a tree over at the disc golf park that got just completely blasted. And then this also happened here, like all within the same storms. Like, I mean, it just completely burnt this house down. Like lightning just pasted it.
Like that's one
Purchased
stream, like
my
one
vehicle
weather
from
stream.
Keith Pearson.
Well, it's gonna play ads, and we can't do that. So, yeah, but yeah, this is like all from the same. We had 2 days.
Storm did all that
Yeah,
damage.
and that's
Something's not right about that.
we had left the house to go, house sit that I was telling you about, and we're like 25 miles south of where we live. We had just left. We got down there, got in the house, and then we left again. We went to Washington Oaks Garden State Park, and we're right on the intercoastal. I took some pictures that I posted them all, and I'm looking at the storm across the intercoastal waterway. I could see it, and I saw all this lightning, and it's like these big bolts are coming down. You could hear thunder and everything, and all of a sudden I see smoke like just pouring up out of the woods. I'm like, well, something got blasted. And then I'm like, wow, that looks like it could be raining like over where we live. And Darcy gets a text, and it's our neighbor from across the street, and she's like, are y'all okay? I don't see your car in the driveway. The water's rising. And Darcy was like, what water? And she sent us a picture, and the freaking whole yard is flooded, and the water's like all the way up in my driveway. Like all
What?
Yeah, we got 4 inches of rain in less than an hour.
Oh, come on.
It's crazy. So I'm like, geez, we just left the house like 2 hours ago, and
I'm not saying anything.
it's like the house might be getting flooded. It's like
people don't know what's happening yet. This is just insane.
Yeah, they just our governor or whatever made it illegal to use chemtrails. The conspiracy.
But they're putting it in the jet fuel now, so they're not making chemtrails.
They're finding ways around it. I mean, even though
we haven't had them in weeks out here, but
we still go outside and see them here. They're still doing it.
We haven't had the lines at all in weeks. It's weird. Like my pictures have been blue. Like you see the haze, you can see them dumping more haze, but no more of the aerosol one that looks like that just like sprays it out, and no more of the trails. But the dirty crap is like you see, especially hot nights, like big patches of green in the air. And the green soot that falls to the bottom of the pool. But I'm wondering, like, wow, this is like really weird. Like, what happened? Like, why did they in California?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Even like those fishing pictures and some of my videos that I've been posting, you look over my head and there's
you had a trail coming out your brain.
They're still out there. Oh no, those are just condensation. Yeah, right. I don't believe it. Condensation in the sky that makes up tic-tac-toe patterns. Yeah.
That requires special engines, special planes under specific conditions that are pretty rare. And they're not even the height of that these phenomena happen, and they're not even the right type of plane usually. Yeah. But whatever, we know what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived here my whole life. 61 years I've lived here, and people get struck by lightning here. It happens, but not like 5 and 6 in a day. I mean, it's a kind of a rare occasion. Yeah, we've had some wicked lightning storms for sure. Over the years, but I don't know. It just seems a lot worse now. A lot more condensed, pinpoint, serious.
It's when they started the Dimming project in 2021. They're like, oh, we're doing the 3-year Dimming project, and we're going to see if we can get to the 1/3 tipping point, blah, blah, blah. And if we get to the 1/3 tipping point, then we'll just keep continuing and we'll like monitor it from there. And supposedly we did better than they thought and hit that point, but they were still wanting to go on with it. So they went, put that into like full gear. So there was like a few different things going on up there. And then they don't think like what happens when like all of these phenomena are mixed together.
Yeah.
Like these chemicals mixing with these chemicals, like you might have your stuff like measured out, even though it's highly toxic, and you might have your stuff figured out, but are you figuring what happens when they blow into each other?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. We've had some crazy storms. Like I've watched it on the radar, just like be nothing, 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 and all of a sudden this big, just huge, like, reds and purple, like intense storm just pops up out of nowhere. Like that's just not normal.
Yeah.
Usually see it coming from a ways away. Yeah, Heather, there's been a lot of lightning. You know, not to say there hasn't been a lot of lightning. There just seems to be a lot more lightning strikes, I should say, like hitting people,
That's what's
buildings
weird.
and trees. I was going to go fishing the other day. I was like, got up and I was feeling a little bit better. You know, I was like, nah, probably shouldn't do that. And then I went outside and I'm like, definitely shouldn't go out in the kayak right now because if I got fishing poles sticking up, they'll be the highest thing on the water. And the way my luck's running, I'll get blasted. So, yeah. Can't manage it.
Sometimes it's better safe than sorry.
Oh, man. Let me see here.
I like your hat.
Hat. Who's mine? It's my pimp hat.
I know, I liked it.
Stone cold pimp.
You play that, you wear that when you play your bass sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. I haven't worn this one in a long time.
What hats do you usually wear? If you like the black kind of like slash, like the taller, more top hat ones, or what do you wear if you're wearing a hat while playing bass? Even though probably it's
I
hot.
usually had them in here, but I got one of those black. It's a gambler hat, kind of like the Stevie Ray Vaughan hat. Wear that, or my checkered cap that I always wear, or I have a top hat that I wear sometimes. It's like a shorter one, and I got a derby hat that I wear, and then I got a flat. I got a lot of hats.
You do. You do have a lot of hats.
Got a straw, kind of, sort of cowboy looking hat.
I was gonna say you would look good with like one of those kind of like the velvet, like the black cowboy that where it curls up kind of on the corner, maybe with like the silver buckle, that goes around it strap. That would look pretty good on you.
Yeah, I got a bunch of hats.
You do wear many hats, like figuratively and
Enough mini hats.
the man of many hats.
Yeah, I usually have a stack of them sitting over here. I don't know where they're at. They're out in the hallway right now, I think. Yep.
I hope your mother-in-law's been hanging in there, Marie. Does she trip on the lightning storms, or is she just used to it?
God, my mom used to freak out. Like the older she got, the worse it was. Like if there was what she would call a hurricane, There's a hurricane out there. We gotta go get milk and bread, and we gotta prepare. She would just have the Weather Channel on just 24/7, just freaking out. One day I came home and walked in, and she was freaking out about a bad storm. I'm like, Mom, you do realize they're talking about Texas, right? We're in Florida. It's like 3,000-4,000 miles away, you know?
Oh, so that was like way later.
Yeah.
Let's say I can't picture your mom. I picture her like not being like that about storms. Like, I ain't fussing with that. I mean, hearing the other things she's been through, you'd think that that's like nothing to her.
She didn't dig storms, and she was always afraid of tsunamis or tidal waves.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. It's scary reality.
Well, Mom, you're 90 years old, and we ain't been hit by a tsunami yet, so I think your chances are pretty good.
And you guys being right there.
I mean, when you do look at the big picture, you go up and you look down at Florida. I mean, we're basically a big sandbar, you know?
Yeah.
We're not really that big of a state, you know, that if a tidal wave did come, it'd probably wash from the East Coast all the way over to the West Coast. But
I don't know your elevation compared to ours, but you're like, they always talk about water covering up over California and stuff, but it's like, dude, it wouldn't take much for Florida right now to get covered in water.
Yeah, I expect one day, probably like right in the area where I'm at, because I'm right in like the I don't know, the elbow, not the elbow, the armpit part of Florida. I'm in North Florida, so it's probably the skinniest part of Florida. So yeah, one day it may just cut across, you know, a big storm could like cut across there. We get one of those storms of the century, you know, 200-mile-an-hour winds or something. Yeah, it could just mow right through there. And we could become a nice little island.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember the name for it. They're like, oh, the elites will live there if it happens to California. And part of the day, it'll be halfway submerged. And then when the tide goes out, they'll have this much more land. And then they'll do their elitish type things on their little sandbar.
Yeah. The thing out there where you're at, though, you got earthquakes and all, and there's like no really warning for that. I mean, we get hurricanes and big storms and whatnot. At least we get a warning. You
know, they kind of say they have warnings, but it's not really. Yeah. Not to mention they're purposely like aiming to hit us, so it kind of is a lot harder when it makes your odds go up a little bit.
Earthquakes, mudslides. You're on a fault line. You got like all kinds of stuff. Like
a few fault lines. Volcanoes starting to gurgle, dormant stuff starting to like gurgle.
Yeah, have you heard about all the animals like starting to leave Yellowstone?
They say that was they're right. So I don't know about the animals leaving. Half the things they're saying is true, half of it's saying it's not true. I don't know what to think.
That's the downside of.
But if this thing really is doing what it's doing and showing signs, that's the first thing animals are going to do. So it wouldn't be far-fetched.
Yep. Yeah, the thing I saw the other day, I couldn't tell if it was real or not. You know, if it's AI or if it's real, but showed a bunch of grizzly bears. And the guy that was announcing it was calling them grizzle bears. Like, grizzle bears? Okay. They normally travel in packs, but they've been seen leaving in great numbers. I don't know. If that's true, man, that's a hint and a half for your ass. Because that ain't normal.
It's totally like that dream I had like 20 years ago. Like the shit falling from the skies and the fires and the floods and the water and the animals leaving. And there's like we've been watching this slowly come together for like these years. And weather kind of shifting and changing before, like, really, besides cloud seeding, did all this other weaponization actually come
Yeah.
out. And all these, like, biblical type things are happening, but it's like being made to happen. And they're saying, oh, the poles are whatever shifting, and oh no, the solar flares are pushing Musk's satellites back closer to Earth, so like that could be fire falling from the sky. And it's just crazy, all this stuff at once. Maybe we have some funny stuff we can pull out. I know I got some funny
I'm always
stuff.
watching the live video from Hawaii, Kilauea.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't actually live, but because it's not doing a whole lot right now. But this, man, I clicked on it one day and it was doing something like this. It was just blowing lava. They were saying it was well over 1,000 feet in the air. Like, holy crap, man! That's like some serious business right there.
Didn't someone just get dropped in a volcano by accident the other day too? Like some sort of a rescue thing, or something happens and they dropped her into the volcano?
Well, that would suck. Wouldn't last long. Wouldn't suck for too long. But man, what a way to go.
Yeah, it's one of those things I kept seeing going around, but it was like so horrible I didn't like really read it.
Yeah, I had the live footage from Kilauea like playing one evening, and I'm like on the couch and just kind of nodding off, and I had the sound up. Darcy came in the living room and she's like, "What the hell is that noise?" And it was like, it was just, the thing was just rumbling. It's crazy because that one does have sound with it too, which
Wow.
is kind of cool. And let me see what it's doing right now. It's not doing. I checked it earlier.
What, Craig? Not. I'm talking about something the other day that just happened. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Yeah, Alaska had a huge earthquake. Had a lot of weird this week.
It's just smoking right now.
1% meteor shower. Ooh, a BlackRock client withdrew $52 billion.
Yeah, here's another sound.
I found it June 21st.
It's just smoldering right now. It's always got this cool information in the ticker down here. And the comments are always interesting.
So, a Brazilian tourist, 26, died after falling into a ravine near the crater of Mount Rinjani, an active volcano in Indonesia on June 21st. She was found dead 4 days later after a search and rescue operation. The autopsy revealed she died from internal bleeding due to injuries sustained from blunt force trauma. She was hiking the second highest volcano when she fell. She was found hundreds of meters down the slope near the crater. But I thought someone actually fell in the volcano. Into the volcano. I don't know. They're saying into the volcano. Crazy.
What's crazy is my calendar keeps popping up, and I can't close it. I close it, and it just opens up again. What if I minimize it? No.
Oh yeah, we've always had insane weather. I mean, we're going to have insane weather before us and after us. But there's a difference when you look at patterns and the fact that they're admitting it and finding the permits and the patents and the fact that they're admitting it and the fact that we're watching it and recording it and then these storms are happening, that there's something different than just weather phenomena. The meteorologists can't even keep track. The only climate crisis is the ones that they're putting on us, and climate change is normal before cow farts and brick style over pizza ovens, and it can't be stopped. But what's happening right now and these things right now are definitely man-made to fit narratives.
Well, my first article is kind of what I was talking about here a couple of weeks ago. Didn't have a show last week because I was out of town, but I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago about the Annabelle doll, the Anal Bell doll, and now we got this. Dan Rivera dies suddenly while on the Annabelle Haunted Doll tour. Is it real? 54-year-old paranormal investigator died while on the sold-out Devils on the Run tour. A well-known figure in paranormal circles, Rivera had previously appeared on the Travel Channel's Most Haunted Places and served as producer for Netflix's 28 Days Haunted.
Our little box has disappeared again.
Dope. I like a little box.
He said.
His most recent, he had just finished the 3-day sellout stop in Gettysburg, where he was found unresponsive in his hotel room, prompting a call to emergency services. Despite the best efforts by paramedics, they were unable to revive him. According to the coroner's office, his death did not appear to be suspicious, although right now it remains unclear exactly what happened. His close association with the Annabelle doll has since prompted a great deal of speculation as to whether this might have had something to do with it. The doll itself had been a magnet for paranormal activity since the 70s, when Ed and Lorraine Warren claimed to have witnessed it physically moving. It has also been associated with disturbing and malicious behavior. In reality, however, it's extremely unlikely that the doll had anything to do with Rivera's death. But if you look it up, there's a video, and I think it was Craig maybe sent me something today. There's a couple of videos running around that shows him talking about it, and he had these special gloves made because every time he touched it, something bad happened. So he had these gloves made, and well, maybe they didn't work. I don't know. Something definitely bad happened. And like me and you were talking, was it yesterday? Stuff like that might not physically be able to hurt you, but mentally, it could scare you enough or whatever to just, trigger a heart attack or whatever, panic attacks that could lead to congestive heart problems. I don't know.
And I was hearing, that he had health problems beforehand.
Really.
He's someone that I followed and had on my friends list, but didn't really, talk too much. But I would, keep track of the stuff they were doing, and they were just on tour, like going to Gettysburg and taking Annabelle all these different stops.
Yeah.
But I think he had some stuff like already pre-existing, and then people bring it up, kind of like our friend that works as a tour guide at the house, who always seems to have medical problems going on with her. Being sat around things like that, can it saturate you and cause problems? That's just a theory people put out there, but this very well could have just been a coincidence, and just really bad timing.
Yeah.
But prayers for him and his family, and everybody
Yeah.
close to this.
Wife and kids and all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, speaking of Gettysburg, that's, I haven't been to a ton of like, haunted places. There's some places that I'd love to go to, but I have been to Gettysburg when I was younger. And I got to say, that's one of the weirdest places that I think I've ever been.
I want to go so bad.
And yeah, the rest of my family were checking this and that out, and I just went wandering off by myself. And I don't know, probably 14 or 15, maybe. Can't really remember how old I was, but I was like I was seeing people like on the battlefield, and I'm thinking, wow, I wonder if those are like reenactors. They weren't reenactors. I don't know what I was seeing. And then I went walking in the woods, which is kind of weird, but I was seeing and hearing all kinds of things in the woods come out, and there's this little road, and it's got these cannons down the road, and I'm like, looks like somebody like standing by one of those cannons. Get up there further, there's nobody there. What was I seeing? Yeah, but I was like seeing weird stuff like on every turn around there. And I wasn't going out to like look for that kind of stuff. I was walking in the woods hoping I would find like some old bullets or belt
like buttons or buckles or whatever.
I wasn't intentionally thinking about anything paranormal, so it wasn't like in my head. I was like looking for other stuff, like war relics and whatnot, and just like all of a sudden I start seeing people here and there, and it was pretty bizarre.
Was the vibe thick?
Yeah. Especially when I realized, like when I first saw people out on the battlefield, I'm like, they're reenactors, okay, I'm used to it. I live in the oldest city in, the US, and we have reenactments here all the time. And I'm thinking, well, that, that's what they're doing. No. Get up there a little further, and I'm like, where did everybody go? They're all gone. Where did there's nowhere to go. It's a big field.
Yeah.
Trap door. I mean, where did they all go? People standing by the cannons. Like, where do they go?
Down in a foxhole somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a definite. Once I started realizing what I was actually seeing, yeah, the whole vibe kind of changed.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stories like that. It's like it's so thick. I mean, those hills have been saturated in the blood of these people. So much blood saturated into these hills.
Yeah.
Let's see what I got before my nose starts to stuff out. It's keeping it a little bit light this week. There were some pretty raunchy, crazy ones, and I thought I would ease back slow.
But I like raunchy.
They'll be raunchy. Yeah, this is the one I sent you a YouTube link for it. I don't know if you're yeah. So this one here, I'm finding a lot from this site too. And this makes me think of the surrogate. Was it you that was just bringing this up the other day?
Yeah.
Like the movie where they were doing stuff similar to that. Avatar-like capsule interface allows anyone to control a robot remotely. Japanese tech company H2L has created a capsule-like device that allows anyone to remotely control a robotic avatar, just like in James Cameron's namesake blockbuster. Imagine sitting in one of those state-of-the-art massage chairs and being able to perform most of your daily house chores by remotely controlling a car. I wish there was two of me. It sounds like a sci-fi film, but according to the Japanese company, it's a much more realistic concept than most of us realize. Used in combination with a chair or bed, H2L's so-called capsule interface is equipped with a muscle displacement sensor, speaker, and display that allow the user to transmit bodily sensory information to a robot and use it to perform a variety of tasks. For example, by simply moving your feet slightly, the robot will walk. Similarly, by simply moving your hands slightly, the robot will lift or push objects for you. You're sitting there and you're just bitch slap, uppercut. The advanced capsule interface is equipped with a high precision displacement sensor that detects the extremely small displacements caused by the user's muscles expanding and contracting. It conveys tactile nuances such as pushing force and pulling weight to the robot that cannot be conveyed to optical trackers alone. Furthermore, audiovisual information is obtained from the robot through the capsule's display, enhancing the user's connection to the avatar even more. According to H2L, the capsule allows users to experience a synchronization between their own movements and the robot's, making them feel as if their body has been transported to another location. H2L is currently researching perceptive kinetic feedback technology, which would allow the robot to return the sense of touch and pressure to the user. If this is implemented, not only will it be possible for the user to transmit movement and force to the robot, but will also allow the user to feel the impact and resistance applied to the robot, creating the ultimate immersive experience. The recently unveiled H2L capture interface will hit the market in the near future with a smart starting price of 30 million yen, which is $208,000. It is not cheap enough to appeal to a broad consumer market, but if the technology proves appealing, prices are all but guaranteed to drop soon. So first, of course, the elites are going to buy these, and then will see the problems they have with it, and they'll drop down a little bit. So it's kind of like AR, but instead of controlling your animated avatar, you're controlling the actual robot.
I'm happy with my little robotic vacuum cleaner. That's weird, and
Yeah,
I don't.
those are pretty cool though.
I don't know. I don't know. I can see there's part of me that loves the idea of a robot humanoid thing, and there's part of me that's like, no, run.
It's gonna turn on you when the.
It's like, would you ever be able to trust it? I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
It was a South Park today with that Joker robot when he goes awkward, awkward, and then shot everybody up.
Yeah, man. The head transplant. What movie was that? Face Off. Remember that movie?
Face
Nicolas
off.
Cage and John Travolta or somebody like that, where they like switch their faces.
That was crazy. And then there was like the surrogate where they laid in the pod and then the robot would go to work for them and then come back and go to its charging booth, kind of like at the Roomba.
Yeah, the Roomba works good. Mine's called a Aerobie or something like that. But occasionally it'll go back to the charging unit and be like, boom, boom, boom. It won't like get there sometimes, and other times, like the other day, it went in the bathroom, and I heard all this commotion. I went in there, and it had like got stuck in between the toilet and the tub. Couldn't figure out how to get out of there, and it was raising hell. And then like it'll like, if you have like a cord or something, like an electrical cord, it'll wrap that thing all up. So you got to kind of, I don't know, maybe the more expensive ones are better, but this thing, you got to let it map your whole house. But yeah, you got to pick up stuff to make sure it doesn't mow it over and try to eat it. But yeah, Gettysburg's definitely worth going to for sure.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't doubt it, Azariana. You very well might have.
Yeah, I've been to Roanoke.
Good night, Marie.
I've spent quite a bit of time on Roanoke. That's another trippy place for sure. I wouldn't say it's as trippy as Gettysburg, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool area. I used to go up to the Outer Banks every year. I went to the Outer Banks for, I don't know, 11 or 12 years straight every year, and did a lot of exploring up in that area. I'd go up there to go to the Eastern Surfing Championships, but I'd also take a car full of surfboards and sell them on the way up there and deliver them to stores up there and all of that kind of thing. I remember I had a Malibu station wagon, and I had like 30 brand new surfboards in the back of it. And I got to this hotel, and I was like, I don't want to leave all these brand new boards like in the back of my car. And I had them on top and everything. So I'm like moving them all from the car like to inside the hotel room. And this guy's standing out there, and he's like, "You think you got enough surfboards, son?" I'm like, "I don't ride all these. They're all for sale. They're brand new." I was trying to explain to him that, yeah, I'm selling boards. No, I don't ride all these. He was just baffled. He's just looking at one after the other going in the room. Well, this one will go from the anal bell to this goofy one. A group stumbles upon a Sasquatch while searching for a lost camper in Arizona. Where'd the lost camper go? Huh? Sasquatch get him? Who knows? 3 people assisting in the search of a woman lost in the Arizona wilderness stumbled upon what they suspect was a Sasquatch roaming around the area. The remarkable sighting was reported to the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization by witness Amber Webster. She explained that the encounter occurred on June 15th as she, which was like, what, yesterday? She, her husband, and his cousin were looking for a lost camper, Janelle Banda, who had disappeared while visiting an area near Sedona dubbed the Edge of the World. Good place to disappear, place called Edge of the World. While using a spotlight to illuminate a wooded area at night, the trio was stunned when they spotted something significantly stranger. We saw it about 75 yards from us. Webster said as the bipedal creature that she estimated to be around 7 feet tall and 400 pounds with a really wide body and shoulders. Able to get a fairly close look at the oddity, she observed that it was covered in white and brown hair except for its face, which she described as flat and leathery. According to Webster, the creature just stared at us with eyes that reflected a golden color. The standoff lasted for a few minutes before the trio's shock wore off and they became unsettled by what they were seeing, prompting them to exit the scene quickly. Interestingly, Webster recalled that the trio had heard odd wood knocking noises in the same general area hours before the sighting. In response to the weird noise, she joked that the group there must be a Bigfoot in the area. She said jokingly. Looking back on that experience, Webster revealed that her husband was always skeptical about Sasquatch until that fateful evening seemed to change everything, in his opinion, on the legendary cryptid. He's a hunter and knows wildlife, she said, indicating that Bigfoot was his only explanation for the hair-covered bipedal creature that they came across in the wilderness during this search. In one additional noteworthy aspect of the case, when Banda was found the following day, Webster had a chance to speak to the previously missing woman who recounted fleeing her camp after seeing glowing lights that were moving towards her. The account was seemingly confirmed by her sister in a local news report, wherein she explained that Janelle was spooked by something, which ultimately led her to falling into a narrow canyon where she was found 2 days later. Well, it is of course uncertain if there's any connection between the suspected Sasquatch sighting and the eerie lights. Those who believe that Bigfoot may be paranormal in nature will undoubtedly argue that it is, in this case, connected. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I've been in the woods here, and I haven't seen a Bigfoot per se, but I've been followed or stalked by something that was definitely freaking me out.
You had some creepy stories.
Don't have a clue what it was, but it definitely, I'm used to weird stuff. I don't get spooked too often, but yeah, I remember being in the woods a couple of times, especially one time where I couldn't wait to get out of the woods. I couldn't wait to get back to where my car was parked. And I felt something was steadily increasingly catching up to me that wasn't a good feeling. I don't know. Could have been just my own paranoia.
But you're in a place where you normally would feel, at ease and safe and not have those type feelings. And then all of a sudden to be feeling like something unseen is like pushing you out of it. That's got to be unsettling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly comfortable walking, a couple of miles into the woods with, it doesn't bother me. But yeah, something something that afternoon was definitely bothering me. It's weird.
It's probably following you up in the treetops or
Yeah,
behind you or all around you.
and you just like get that overwhelmingly gut feeling that something is watching you.
And you just want to keep moving forward. Like you just like, I ain't stop. I'm just going to keep going this way.
Keep looking over your shoulder and seeing weird things, and yeah, you're just walking faster and faster.
Yeah. Seriously, I don't want to look like a, little bitch or anything, but shit, I'm running. By the end, my ass is running
Yeah.
to the car. But those feelings are the creepiest where like you're like feeling cool in a minute, and all of a sudden you just get that urge, and for some reason your body just goes in a like literal fight
Yep.
or flight. You don't know why, but you're just like getting the F out like as fast as possible. You don't even know why. Your body is just telling you
Yeah.
go. Hey, let's see. So this next one is this the eel? Oh, wait. The beekeeper. Wait.
Beekeeper.
Oh no, the eel. Oh yeah, I think it was just switched around, but I can do the beekeeper. It was supposed to be beekeeper and then the eel, but we'll do eel
Okay.
because you had the picture up. Or whichever one.
Let me see. Where am I at here? Let's go with
The beekeeper.
bees. The bee's knees.
The bee's knees, because this is kind of crazy. Angry beekeeper police during a routine traffic stop. She wasn't expecting that when he was walking out the door. The old Spanish bookkeeper was so upset about being stopped by traffic police that he set his bees on the officers, causing them to take shelter in a restaurant. An unusual incident took place. What was it? The one with Tommy Boy and Tommy Boy, David Spade and what's his name? The Batman in a little coat, Farley, and they're like bees, bees, bees. An unusual incident took place last Friday on the N11 road, a small town in the province of Lydia. A local police patrol noticed that the driver of a van wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was driving erratically, so they pulled him over. The 70-year-old man immediately set the tone of the interaction with the phrase, "I should have run you over." And things only got more heated from then on. Suspecting the man was under the influence of alcohol, the officers asked him to take a breathalyzer test, which yielded a result of 0.38 mg/1 or I. But when they asked him to repeat the procedure to confirm the first reading, the driver became really upset and threatened to kill them. "I will kill you. Kill you. Now I'm going to kill you," the irritated beekeeper. That's the voice I use with my cats when they give them that look.
Yeah.
"Going to kill you. Pet me and then I'm going to kill. Now I'm going to kill you," the irritated beekeeper allegedly shouted at the traffic cops. And before they could even react, he went back to the back of his van and unleashed a swarm of honeybees. I hope the bees were not harmed. that immediately started attacking the policeman. Probably shook that bag first. You know how they come?
Yeah.
In like a dryer, like a dry cleaner bag. According to the newspaper, Sergey, the two policemen were stung several times and had to flee the scene to take refuge in a nearby restaurant, while the beekeeper casually got in his car and drove off. After calling for reinforcement, the policemen were able to leave the restaurant and track down the elder beekeeper. The unnamed man was arrested but released on bail just hours later after giving a statement. Meanwhile, the two policemen were taken to the emergency room and administered cortisol to mitigate the effects of the bee stings. This week, reliable sources told Sergey that the offender was judicially acquitted from the crime of assault, but the newspaper was not able to verify the information. So that doesn't mean anything. Um, so yeah, don't know what they got for that, but he straight sicked his bees on the cops.
Jeez. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, in the house I grew up in, there was a big, huge, like on the corner of the house was my room up on the second story. And I could lay there at night and just hear the walls like zzz. There was a huge, huge honeybee thing going on inside the wall. And we would have trailer trains that, sightseeing trains that would come down our road right there every day, like clockwork. We'd all we'd always go out there and like take a hose and like, with a little gun thing on the end, like shoot it up into the bees and like piss them all off. Right when the trailer trains would come by, this huge swarm of bees would come out, and you'd see everybody on the trailer train like freaking out. We were bad little kids. Bad.
Yeah. Oh, boys will be boys.
Yeah. We would take a dummy, put it up in the tree. Lived on Magnolia Avenue. If you ever seen Magnolia Avenue, let
Oh,
me pull a picture up real quick.
yeah.
One of the most beautiful streets in the United States.
Debbie knows exactly. You are so 100%.
Yeah. Here's a picture of Magnolia Avenue.
On a stick?
Boom. So yeah, it's got this canopy of oak trees that goes down pretty much the whole road. That used to be a lot when I was a kid. A lot of the trees have like not been doing so good these days, but there's still a bunch of them, and it still has this canopy. And we would climb up in the tree and put like a dummy up in the tree, and then when the trailer train or cars, whatever, would come down the road, especially in the evening time, you'd pull the string and the dummy would fall out and look like it was somebody that was hanging there.
Would you make it hit the ground or just like it was swinging like it was hanging from the trees?
Yeah, it would hang from the trees. Yeah.
What kind of dummy? An actual, like a mannequin dummy, or you made it?
Yeah, we just make it like get clothes and stuff it
Like
full
burlap and all that? Sweet.
Such little pricks.
Hey, you're keeping yourself occupied.
Yeah.
At least you weren't shooting each other up and smoking crack.
Nope.
Jalapeno on a stick?
Although we did, I remember smoking a lot of weed one day. A lot of weed one day. We were on a mission to see how much we could smoke, and we smoked a lot.
Ooh, did someone like get lucky and like get a good stash, or like was that like a grower's?
Yeah,
I mean,
I had connections when I was a youngster.
who helped finance that
I was
activity for the day?
I was selling weed in 7th grade.
Oh, you still gotta pay for all that.
Yeah. But yeah, we smoked a lot of weed, and then we were up on the balcony of the house, in front of the house, and we were yelling at the old man. He was a doctor that lived across the street, just heckling the living hell out of him. And I'm like,
Those
for some
bastards.
reason, he never called the cops on us because God, we were giving him hell. And I guess he just had pity on us.
Just
I'm
figured that
surprised he didn't come
that's
out with
all
a
you're doing.
just blow a few rounds off at us though.
Would you really? You said blow a few rounds?
I'm surprised that the old doctor guy didn't come out with a shotgun,
Oh,
blow a few rounds towards us.
yeah, at least with some salt rock.
I mean, we definitely deserved it. Yeah, we did all kinds of crazy shit when we were younger.
Ah, how many times did you pump the BB gun?
Yeah, that was another thing. Didn't get shot in the boob, but me and my buddy were outside skating on Magnolia Avenue, and my stepbrother was up on the balcony with a BB gun. And he was shooting at us, and he shot and hit my friend right in the lip with a BB, and his lip looked like he had an orange in his mouth.
I bet that would. Oh, wow.
Like his lip swelled up like a pumpkin.
You could pump. I had one. I could almost get like, oh, I can't remember how many pumps, but it was almost equivalent to like a 22.
Yeah,
It would go through like actual Wrangler jeans through the pocket. So 2 layers of denim, boxer shorts into the ass to where you had to like dig it out.
dang.
People let me practice on them.
Wow.
They
Yeah,
willingly ran and let me.
yeah. We used to play war with BB guns. We'd go out, and be shooting each other all the time with BB. Yeah, you wanted to wear like as heavy as clothes as you could. You'd be hot as hell, but yeah,
Like the loose like overalls. I liked like either the zip up, kind of like the ones you wear under the car, or like the camouflage, like something that's like canvas or
yeah.
baggy, the overall. So it wasn't like totally in contact with the skin. Paintball guns were good when you would freeze the paintballs. You could get some big welts.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Wait,
same one of my stepbrother's friends, we were upstairs in the house. And like I mentioned a couple shows ago, my brother came back from the army and had all the, army issued M80s and all kinds of stuff, smoke bombs and this and that. Well, he also had a bunch of like tear gas, mustard gas, whatever the hell it's called, pepper spray, these big army green cans of it. And
no way.
I remember being upstairs in my house, and I walked out of my room into the bathroom, and my stepbrother's friend, who also lived right across the street, he was holding the can of that stuff, and I was like, "Oh, be careful with that stuff; it's wicked." And he's like, and just pasted me right in the face with it. So yeah, I got the full experience of army issued.
So you've definitely been what's it called when they haze you in, when they not recruit you or haze you, but you've been
Yeah, initiated into the gates.
initiated in, yeah.
Yeah, it was wicked, man. I had snot coming out of my eyeballs, my ears, my nose, my mouth. It was
Did your eyes do like the involuntary opening and closing like bear
Yeah,
spray does?
yeah, it was wicked.
Did it feel like your throat was closing up?
Yep, I went into full panic mode.
Yeah.
But I remember I was in the bathroom, so first thing I did was, I was in the sink, and then I was just like, hell with it. I got in the shower with all my clothes on and everything, and I remember not being able to see, a face full of snot, and I remember saying, once I get over this, I'm gonna beat your ass. I can't do it right now because I can't see you, but once I can see you, I'm gonna beat your ass.
You better hope you move to another state.
Yep.
All right, now we can do the eel. Because I still do want to get to the other weird one about the weird sensor in the hair follicle. I had so many robot and like so many things with like honeybees that are turned into drones right now. China making dragonflies on a drone, like all sorts of crazy stuff, but it has to be spread out over time. So I at least wanted to get that one for the night, the hair follicle one. So this one
It's just
is very bizarre. Doctors find a live eel swimming in a man's abdominal cavity.
see, that's what I felt like the other day.
Like in there?
Am I gonna poop out a snake, man?
I'm glad not, because supposedly there's only one way in. Yesterday, Chinese newspaper The Daily reported the unusual case of a Hunan man who showed up at First Affiliated Hospital of Hunan Medical University with a pale face, sweating profusely, and complaining of stomach pain. A CT scan of the man's abdomen showed a foreign object that seems to have pierced his stomach and ended up in his abdominal cavity. The man's abdomen was already as hard as a board, and fearing a potentially fatal period, whatever, the doctors decided to perform laparoscopic emergency surgery. While exploring the man's abdomen, they were shocked to discover a live eel swimming among his organs.
What the hell?
During the operation, doctors found that the eel had completely drilled through the intestinal wall and was now swimming in the abdominal cavity, which was at risk of becoming infected if not treated immediately. Using a clamp-like instrument, the surgeon managed to grab and remove the eel, then sutured the hole in the sigmoid colon and flushed the abdominal cavity with saline solution to minimize the risk of an infection. After the surgery, the man recovered well and was discharged from the hospital. No word on what happened to the eel. That's what I wanted to know. The eel is a lurking aquatic animal that is accustomed to living in environments with a silt bottom, such as paddy fields, lakes, ponds, streams, and canals. It is known to dig holes in relatively soft soil, so it can easily pierce through a human intestine. Although the medical experts involved in this case did not discuss how the eel got into the man's colon, it wasn't too difficult for people to deduce. Everyone knows how it got in, one person commented. He sat on it accidentally, wrote another.
I slipped and fell.
Interesting. Such cases aren't as rare as you might think. We wrote about a very similar case just last year. And yeah, doctors remove live eel from man's abdomen after it bites through his intestines. That was August 1st of 2024. Save that for another day.
Yeah, I have a friend that works in the emergency room.
Mm.
I was seeing weird stuff, and she said, "Well, I'll just say this: it's amazing what people will put in their butt." I was
It
like, all right.
is. Emergency room stories are the best. When you know someone on the inside like that, oh my gosh, drinking games and hearing the best of the best of like what they pull out of people's butts is just so interesting to me. How did it get in? He probably bent over and stuck a toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube into his butt and then let it like slide through. They usually have to stick some sort of like a tube in to stretch the anus canal open to get the animal inside.
PVC pipe wasn't meant to be used like this. Oh, man.
But then I think about the toilet paper tube and I think, man, like that's got sharp round edges, that's not like a applicator of a tampon that's like nice and smooth and round at the end that is like nice and slow. That's like, how do you get a toilet paper tube in there?
Beats me. I've done some weird shit before, but I can honestly say, never done that. Some people
Me
weird
neither.
shit, my weird shit look like kindergarten play.
Mm-hmm. My other people's weird shit makes my weird shit look vanilla as shit.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I think, wow, yeah, I've done some freaky. No, I really haven't
Like
compared to
that's a level of freak I don't want to go to.
weird.
Hmm. Especially if it involves. I now like the thing too is like women like doing coffee enemas on each other, especially like Mormons that aren't supposed to drink coffee. They found a loophole. Like the real lives of Mormon wives, they're like, oh yeah, we just stick it up our butt.
Wow, gotta get your caffeine somehow.
Hmm. And then they feel energized and whatever. I mean, I know caffeine does a lot to your skin, and coffee is like good in a lot of ways. I don't know about putting it in your butt. You're right. Shove it up your ass is not an insult anymore. It's more like, I don't know. Like, all right, I just might.
I just might have just done that.
I might have just done that.
It's the big deal. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I got
See what
this.
happens.
This came from out your way somewhere. Probably seen it. Nightmarish teddy bear found at a California gas station prompts a police response.
Uh-uh.
Oh, you hadn't seen this one? It's
Negative.
from Tim Bennell, Unexplained Mysteries. California cops found themselves investigating a scene straight out of a horror film after a teddy bear, seemingly wrapped in human skin, Buffalo Bill style, was found at a gas station. But the macabre discovery seems to have been an elaborate prank. According to a local media report, the creepy incident occurred on Sunday afternoon when someone noticed the gruesome looking toy sitting in front of the convenience store portion of a AM/PM in the city of Victorville. Do you know where Victorville is?
Yeah.
Cops were quickly alerted to the troubling teddy bear that was thought to be crafted out of some unfortunate individual's remains. Word of the bizarre discovery and footage of police delicately taking it away for an examination quickly spread like wildfire on social media, with some wondering if the nightmarish toy was a calling card of a twisted killer roaming the area. Fortunately, this was not the case, as South Carolina artists revealed that the unsettling teddy bear was one of their creations that had recently been sold to someone in Victorville. The harmless nature of the toy was later confirmed in a police press release, wherein they indicated that it was constructed of man-made materials and contained no human tissue. That said, cops intend to continue investigating the matter in hopes of determining who left the teddy bear outside the gas station, in turn caused such a commotion. Now, if the place sold it to somebody in Victorville, well, they probably sent it there and they probably have the address and the name of the person. So I don't suspect it would be that hard to figure out where it came from. I was wondering where my bear went. It was stolen the other night. But yeah, here's kind of a picture. There's a video on Unexplained Mysteries, but it's a news thing that has music and all. And, YouTube's been killing me on stuff. But yeah, it looks pretty like it could be made out of skin. I mean, if you saw that sitting there, what'd you think?
Yeah, it could.
But yeah.
How come there's like little crowns next to everybody's stuff?
Little crowns?
Yeah, on YouTube.
I don't see them. Oh, you mean on the actual YouTube site?
Yeah, like in the comments, they'll be like next to everybody's little thing. It shows like little crowns.
Oh, idea.
Right there. Anyway. People are so nasty and people just are so cruel and so mean. And like, did you ever see South Park with Tiddly, what was it? Mr. Tiddlywinks. Where they had a whole story about trying to get Tiddlywinks back out because he had a journey and he was trying to get out of Mr. Slave's behind.
Nice.
Wait. What was Mr. Slave's gerbil's name on South Park?
We had a whole
Lemony Winks. That's right, Lemmy Winks. My Google search is like really bad.
We supposed to have a newscaster here that got caught gerbling.
No.
Yeah.
They call it gerbling.
Gerbling. Yeah.
How'd he get caught?
He went, I guess, to the ER with a gerbil in his butt. Word got out. And on the Florida, like where it says, "Welcome to Florida," somebody had sprayed, crossed out Florida, and written, "Well, welcome to gerbil country."
Well, this last one here, this one also has a YouTube video, but it's 5 minutes long. So what I did was put it in the comments of all the live videos that I passed out when we went live. I put it in the comments. So anybody that wants to see the video is welcome to do so. You see how small that is? That little piece right there goes between your hair follicles. So you'll have like this little tag kind of up. New nanoscale brain exhibits 96.4 accuracy identifying neural signals. Researchers from Georgia Institute of Technology have a microscopic brain sensor, which is so tiny that it can be placed in the small your hair follicles on the scalp, slightly under the skin. Discreet enough not to be noticed and minuscule enough to be worn away. I wonder, like, does brushing your hair brush it out? Brain sensors offer high signals, allowing your brain to communicate directly with devices like computers, augmented reality, AR glasses, or robotic limbs, known as brain-computer interface (BCI). To date, brain signals are typically captured non-invasively with electrodes mounted on the scalp using conductive electrode gel for optimum impedance and data quality. However, these electrodes are generally uncomfortable to wear, especially when moving around. While more invasive signal captures brain implants are possible, Georgia Tech sought to create sensors that are easily placed and reliably manufactured. Sensor classified neural signals with over 96% accuracy. The sensor developed by Georgia Tech uses extremely small microneedles, which are imperceptible to the sensors are also wireless and flexible, removing the need for conductive gel to work. This combination of factors let the sensor stay in place all day, even when the wearer walks, runs, or performs other daily tasks. Because of this, the sensor can get closer to brain signals and collect cleaner, more accurate data. When tested, the new sensor successfully classified neural signals indicating the objects the users focused on in the environment with a 96.4 accuracy. Wearers could also browse through phone logs and accept augmented reality voice calls completely hands-free because the sensor was picking up visual stimuli. According to the researchers, the new sensor could have critical applications in the real world, most notably in healthcare. It could, for example, help people with disabilities control prosthetics or communicate. It may even be used in the field of consumer tech, such as smart glasses, hands-free phones, or computer control. Other applications include the virtual reality market, which would make for more of an immersive, hands-free user experience. Sensors could also be handy for rehabilitation. For example, stroke or injury recovery through natural feedback. Started this research to develop new sensor technology to health care. I had previous experience with brain-computer interfaces and flexible scalp electronics, said Hong. We needed better BCI sensor technology and discovered that if we simply penetrate the skin and avoid hair by miniaturizing the sensor, we can dramatically increase the signal quality by getting closer to the source of the signals and reduce unwanted noise, he added. I firmly believe in the power of collaboration. Many in today's challenges are too complex for any individual to solve. Therefore, I would like to express my gratitude to all the researchers in my group and the amazing collaborators who made my work possible. So he's going to continue working on all this stuff.
I don't know. I want no nanotechnology under my skin. I've lived 61 years without it. I think I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want nothing like that. It reminds me of like when you tag the sharks and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like always having to swim around with like that thing hanging off of them.
Yeah.
That is really small. After COVID though, I really didn't want any sort of like if I got cut, I fixed my own cuts. I do anyway, but I was afraid they would slip a chip into my cut, and then like sew it up.
Don't think I was.
And I wouldn't know that it was in there.
You know, when I was having the heart surgery and all, they came in and they were like, you need to sign this waiver. I'm like, what is it? And they're like, well, if you need blood products, you have to say it's okay. So, you know, like if I need blood, a transfusion or whatever, and I'm thinking, do I want that? Do I want? And they never told me if I had to have blood products or not.
Where it would come from.
Products, yeah. I don't know if I did or not. But yeah, I mean, you know, I know it's screened and all that and blah, blah, blah. And it's got to be the right kind. But
well, if you would have said no, that would have been basically like saying, don't revive me, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, does it have that mRNA, whatever, in it?
Hell, the mosquitoes have them now. That's why I need to get those red lights so I can check the markers on the mosquitoes, see if they're gate ones or not.
I'm thinking I'm cut wide open, you know, big gaping hole in my chest. It's like a perfect opportunity to put anything inside you.
Just have anything. They could put a whole, what are they called? Passport hard drive in you. They could put a cloud in. They could put anything in you.
Yeah.
They could have pumped like graphene right into you.
I know. I'm like,
but that's the risk we take.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting ready to go to surgery, you know, and I'm like, what do I say? No. Okay, you need blood. Well, you said no, so sorry, you died.
You're like, do I get pure blood or whatever's like my?
Yeah, at that point, I was proud of my blood not being contaminated by anything. Now I got no idea, you know.
Yeah, me too. Like I don't know anymore because like of the food, the pork, basically the mRNA being in everything now. It's like I probably have a little of something in me now. Yeah. Not as much as, you know, others, but
yeah,
it's crazy stuff.
Yeah, $6 million man. I'm glad to be here. I'll just say that. Because I could be.
Heck yeah.
Could be in a pine box or a cardboard box getting burned up. So, you know, whatever. Definitely some scary moments there. And what was weird is when I had the heart attack, it wasn't like that crushing, like, you know, oh shit, I'm having a heart attack. I didn't know I was having a heart attack, really. I just felt like I had major, like, heartburn or indigestion or something. And so to go from that to having them throw you in a helicopter because you got to go have a heart catheter because you might need a stent. And then when they get you there, having to go from that to, no, you don't need a stent. You need open heart surgery. You're getting a full bore. And all that shit happened like really quick. So I didn't have like a whole lot of time to think about it.
And right before that, you were just chilling at like a game or a concert or something, weren't
At the
you?
playground with Norm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of time to think about things. And they were even like, a lot's going to happen really fast. So strap into your seatbelt. Like, wow. Didn't plan on this morning.
On this one, I woke up today.
Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, this last few days, it's the first time I've been sick in like, I don't know how long. It's been quite some time. And
But is it really like a stomach bug?
yeah, it was like a stomach bug thing. I'm assuming. I don't know. It was pretty hardcore though. Major stomach cramp, and peeing out my butt to make it quite. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. And yeah, first time I've had that since like in a long time, since before I started the carnivore diet. There for a while, man. I was, few years back, I was like getting sick all the time. Like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like
I
Darcy,
didn't see the video.
What's that?
Debbie said she sent us a video on something. But I don't see a video.
Darcy and me were talking like when her nephew and his wife and kid were staying here with us. God, we went through like a month and a half where we just all took turns being sick, like puking and crapping and just like being as sick as you could possibly be. We just like gave it back and forth to each other for
that was horrible. That was like your house was like a cesspool, man.
Yeah, it was
like a germ infested cesspool. I'm like, open all the windows, air the shit out.
Yeah, I just wanted to go buy a tent and go stay in the backyard.
Because it was just like fermenting and like circling.
I got it, Debbie, but it says attachment unavailable.
Mine had like a black screen over it, but when I clicked it, it just opened my regular Facebook up.
Yeah, it could have been the norovirus. We went and stayed at a house, and like we don't, I don't ever go anywhere. I don't eat out. Very rarely. I can't even remember the last time we went out to a restaurant and got food. It's got to be like at least a year and a half ago. And I have on occasion eaten some food, like if I go play a gig, I'll get food from one or two places if they have something that I can eat. But yeah, we don't go out anywhere. If I go out, it's to play a gig and I'm on stage, and when I take a break, I'm like, very rarely do I like mingle a lot unless there's somebody there that I know. But we went and stayed at a house. We were babysitting a dog in the house and all, and I did make dinner there one night and ate the food that was there. And I don't know, there's three or four cats, and they're always up on the tables and everything. Who knows? Maybe cats went in the cat box, took a crap, and got something on their feet walking around. Maybe I ate it. I don't know. It was weird, but I felt fine until I went down there, and I came home and was just like all hell broke loose, literally. Yeah, Craig, I'm the same way. I do have one of my friends owns a barbecue joint, and he gave me $100 tab to get whatever I wanted at his restaurant, and so I'm gonna go down there and load up on some like brisket or turkey or something. But yeah, I don't. Very rarely do we ever go out to eat anywhere. Tonight I made chicken wings and steak for dinner. And when I go out somewhere, it's usually chicken wings or something, like if I'm playing at a place where they give us food. The last time I played, my buddy that owns the place, he's the drummer, and the food's really good there now since he took the place back over. But we get a free dinner, whatever we want, and I didn't get anything. I was just like, oh, I'll just wait and get home.
Yeah.
But he was like,
That's so cool though.
it's not, you're not going to eat anything. It's free dinner. Even he was like, dude, get whatever you want, order whatever you want. And I'm like, I'll just wait till I get home.
Yeah. That's so cool though.
Yeah, the other place we play at, we get a $35 tab. And I was thinking, oh, cool, $35 a piece. Yeah, that's good. No, that's for the whole band.
Wow.
So what is that? An hors d'oeuvre and a beer. There's $35.
Yeah.
And this place like packs it in. They pay us the least of any venue and give us the least amount of, tab or whatever. And they pack it in more than any other venue.
Pack it up, pack it in.
Let me begin. Yeah. Yeah, I made wings tonight that were pretty tasty.
I'm a baby. I like boneless hot wings. And I like when they came out with that hot wings restaurant like a while ago. What is it called? Like hot wings or
We got Dick's wings here. We got
wait, what's our hot wings?
something,
Livermore hot wings.
Hurricane something here.
Wingstop.
Yep, we got one of those.
When they came out, I liked them at the beginning. I liked their seasoned French fries was good, but I liked about them that they had boneless wings too, and then you could like lightly shake it and I have it like lightly shaken in your sauce or however much sauce you wanted on it, and they had you get like three different. I liked the non-spicy buffalo and the Parmesan cheese one and the terry like a Hawaiian one. But I really liked those. And then they just started to suck after a while and get expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, we play this. I can't remember the damn name of it. Hurricane something. I go there. I was going there. Need to start going back on Monday nights to play cornhole with our local league. And the last time I was up there, I ordered wings. I ordered boneless wings. I've never had boneless chicken wings. You mentioned that. I was like, okay, I'll try boneless wings. They were pretty good. I don't know, they have like 30 different wing flavors that you can get, and I got something pretty simple. Can't remember exactly what it was. It was like medium on the spicy level.
Trying to show Debbie how to do screen recording. So very, very easy.
Yeah, mozzarella sticks and mushrooms. God, we had this one place here. They used to make the bomb fried mushrooms.
Ooh, I love stuffed mushrooms and fried mushrooms.
Haven't had
I
that.
love mushrooms.
Yeah, kung fu grip on the mushroom tip, something like that.
The Kung Fu grip. Didn't know she had the G.I. Joe Kung Fu grip.
Yeah, garlic parmesan wings. That does sound pretty tasty.
Oh, and then they had seasoned corn with it that had like the same seasoning as French fries.
I just saw this corn recipe. I don't know if it's on TikTok or Instagram or something tonight. Take the ear of corn and like cut it long ways, cut it in half, and then cut, like you quarter it long ways, and then mix up this like sauce and cook it like on the grill. They were called corn ribs or something like that. Looked pretty
Wait,
tasty.
you cut it into like fourths or what?
Yeah.
So like each piece is like it's got rind and then like a little row, like a crust of the
Yep.
kernels on top.
Yep.
That's interesting. You cut it before you cook it?
Yep.
Have you tried it?
Have not. Don't be eating no corn no more.
Oh
Look,
yeah.
I did eat some watermelon recently because I'm a sucker for watermelon.
And you had some peppers.
Oh yeah.
But you had to have some of that. And
Yeah.
the omelet.
I have lots of different hot sauce and my own, and I have peppers. Yeah, I picked a shitload of them yesterday. So I'll be making some more hot sauce, another batch. My buddy that owns the tackle store was like, bring it in here, we'll sell it. It's like the last guy that used to make hot sauce that I would sell here, he died, so we need somebody to make it. And I'm like, well, damn.
Wait, is that the same guy that said it a long time ago, or is that someone different?
No, this is the guy that just recently told me that.
Who was the other guy that let you bring some sauce in sometimes?
Maybe it was that guy I was talking about.
Because I thought there was someone that would let you bring in some sauce.
Yeah, I've had a couple places.
Or they were like, oh, we want, well, now I'm just getting confused because you do so much goddamn stuff. I was thinking of like the rings that you made because someone else, like, they stopped making the state coin ring, and then they wanted you to make these certain coin rings. I'm getting all sorts of your things mixed up right now.
Yeah, I've had a couple places
mini hats.
that want to sell my hot sauce, but normally I only make it like once or twice a year. But I don't know. Maybe
That'd be cool if you could somehow get your hot sauce in a Meat So Horny with like Jacoby in them.
Yeah, really.
Get your hot sauce. If you sent some to them because they do really good.
Yeah,
now.
I had a friend that had a restaurant that wanted to use it, but I'm like, dude, I don't make it consistently.
Yeah.
I only make it once or twice a year. So.
But like if they, they have like their little table with like little your counter, like with some like specialty items on it.
Yeah.
Because it's all like the rubs and the this and the that. I think your pepper sauce would be a nice addition.
Yeah. shoot me your address, Craig. I'll send you a bottle. Yeah, I got a bunch of hot sauce in there that I haven't opened yet. I'm gonna start doing some more hot sauce videos.
You're going back to the taste testing now that you're recovered?
Yeah. Now that I wasn't all freaked out about, I've been eating it, but I haven't. I ate some the other day, but I'm waiting for my stomach to be back to normal before I pile on a whole shitload of.
Yeah, because you don't want to like blow your butt out.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the store bought stuff, yeah, you see it and it's like, caution, extremely hot. And I'm like, really? Where's the hot? And I got some in there. I haven't opened it yet because I'm going to wait and open them on video. A couple of them I've tried, though, over the years. One I'm interested in trying is a friend of mine that he's the one that pretty much started it, like Daddle Peppers here in St. Augustine. That's like the iconic pepper of St. Augustine. They don't really, I mean, you can grow them in other places, but it's a pepper that's known to be grown here specifically. And I used to help way back in the day a little bit. A friend of mine was growing peppers for this company, and we'd go pick like bushels of these peppers and take them into a place where he made the sauce at. And man, he would freeze them and then put them in this big grinder. And holy hell, man, you walk in that place when he was grinding like 50 pounds of peppers, pepper spray. That's what it was like in there. It was intense. I mean, like when I make sauce, like the last batch of sauce I made, I used over 200 peppers in it, and they were frozen. I put them in my Vitamix and like turned them into this pepper mash. And then when you're cooking them, yeah, man, it permeates the whole place. So yeah, but when you got like 50 pounds going at once, it's pretty intense. But yeah, I've got a bottle of his sauce, and I haven't tried it in years. And he doesn't. I don't even think he owns it anymore. I think he sold it, and but it still says St. Augustine, Florida on it. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying it to see how much it's changed over the years.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, he was one of the original ones that got, like, now there's the Pepper Palace downtown. There's like all these, hot sauce specific stores that sell hot sauce. And then there's hot sauce in like other stores just on the side. But there's several stores that specifically just sell hot sauce. But back in the day, that was unheard of. And he was one of the first guys to actually make sauce. And it was damn near in every restaurant around here. And he sold it everywhere. Now there's like a zillion of them around. What's up, Barry? Yeah, we're about to shut her down. Yeah, my hot sauce isn't like. Yeah, I do like that green. I like the green. What is it? It's not Tabasco. It's.
Oh yeah, like the green pepper, like that. It starts with a V, right?
Maybe. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a Verde.
Verde. Yeah.
Chalupa.
There's some in the fridge here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think my sauce is hot. It's got a kick to it.
I bet it would be hot.
Yeah, some people taste it and they're like, holy hell, freak out. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm just used to it. Sorry.
I go for like the extra original mild, like I don't even want a twinge of something that's going to make me drool.
Yeah. Yeah, in my one video, I was doing a bunch of different hot sauces, and I got to the Reaper squeezins, and yeah, I kind of couldn't talk for a moment or two there. I was having some sort of little fit.
When you feel all the bumps come up on your tongue and you're taking it out and just drool is just hanging off your tongue.
Yeah,
And you get like butter and you shove your tongue in the butter. It's like, and it's not stopping.
yeah. The
That's
best
no
thing I
fun.
found for like a lot of people say, "I'll drink milk or do this," or
Mm-mm.
the best thing I found is like lime or a lemon, like a lemon. Just cut a chunk of
That's
lemon
what you said. I haven't tried that.
or orange juice. That works great for me. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know if it works for everybody. It works
I
great.
think that acid would kill me though. Orange juice on top of pepper.
Yeah,
Now, water's the worst. The milk, I have to like stick my tongue in the milk and then I'm like drooling into it, which is disgusting. Or I try to like, hold it in my mouth. The butter, I try to coat it. But I can't taste my food. And it's like, now this is no fun because I just
yeah,
spent hell of money on whatever this was. And
yeah.
my tongue is like scarred.
I like spicy, but I don't like. Yeah, I don't like it to the point where that's all you taste is capsaicin. Just
Yeah.
heat, heat, heat. I like it to be, have a kick, but I like the sauce to have a good pepper flavor, not just
Yeah,
hot.
like I like it when it has a good taste. And if there's like a little bit after something, then that's okay. But when it just completely burns your tongue up to where that's the only thing you're tasting.
Yeah, the Reaper squeezins that I have, it's freaking hot as Satan's anus on fire, but it does have a good flavor. So there is that. But holy hell, man, a little goes a long way. Like if I make a pot of chili, I can put like 2 drops in a whole pot of chili, and it's spicy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is like it's hardcore. And he's got sauce out now that's 3 times hotter than that. Used to be the hottest sauce in the world, but not anymore. I mean, he's got peppers that if you take a bite of one of them, 9.99% chance you're going to puke sooner or later because your body can't handle it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're freaking wicked. Smoking Ed Curry's Pepper X is a whole new force to be dealt with. And he's got Pepper X and he's working on Pepper Y and Pepper Z. It's like, how much hotter could they be?
Oh dear.
Where your tongue just melts out of your mouth.
We'll probably read about that one day.
Yep. Well, cool. Is there a show on Jason's this week?
No, because I think he was mentioning something about having jet lag.
Yeah. Did he get back today or no?
Well, he's supposed to get back today. He was supposed to go yesterday, stay for the day and the night, check in, and then have the interview today, and then fly out.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure about the jet lag. So at first when he said that, I was thinking, oh yeah, if he's coming back like Friday, Saturday, I could see him, time change and all that, having some jet lag.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if there was something else going on too. And then he's saying, plus, I might still have jet lag, or if that's the only reason. But no, I don't think there's a show.
Yeah, I can actually grow peppers here pretty much all year. Wintertime, they struggle. There's a couple of months out of the winter where it's just damn cold because I am in North Florida. But yeah, if you move them in a greenhouse or, get them out of the direct dew and cold where they don't, get icy, you can pretty much grow them here all year.
Give them some TLC.
Or if you're like, I've got one friend that has I've got like 30 dowdle pepper plants, and they're all like 3 feet or so. They're pretty small, but a dowdle pepper plant will actually get big and bushy, kind of like almost like a tree. And if you can get them to that size and they're planted in the ground, they're good all year. But when they're little fries, they're pretty delicate still. I just picked a bunch. I got, I don't know, 15 habanero pepper plants growing. And God, normally my habanero peppers are about as big as like a quarter or something. The ones I got growing now, they're huge. They're about as big around as a 50-cent piece and like 2.5 inches long. They're huge.
Wow.
I just picked a bag of those the other day.
Oh, it's 11:11.
Yeah.
Here, so you guys can see it. So make your wish.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out again. Did you stream this on your YouTube too? Yeah, cool. Yeah, they're definitely screwing with my channel, big time.
Little creepers.
Yeah, because I'll get like 20, 30, 40 views, and you got like a couple hundred.
I know. It's like, come on now.
Same with my other videos too. And then my fishing channel, I'll do a video on there, especially if it's a short, and I'll get 2,000, 3,000. I got a few that are like 5,000 views. Like, wow.
From how long ago?
It's like just recently. Like,
oh wow.
I put a short up the other night, and like in like 3 minutes, it had 100 views. And like,
see, yeah, because you did a whole brand new setup, right?
Shadow banned or something on my channel.
Definitely, they're toggling your account.
And I'll get right to the point where I can be monetized, just like what happened last time. And they flagged me for a video I made 11 years ago. And it wasn't even for copyright. It was a vaping video, and they were like, "Oh, you're spreading false information." What? And I appealed it, and of course they turned it down. So then I get this strike on my account. I'm like, you fuckers are doing this shit on purpose. So what do? Do I go and delete all the vaping videos that were on my channel from 11, 12, 13 years ago? Because I'm going to get right to that point again, and then they're going to pull one from 10 years ago. Keep doing that game.
That's all they have to do is, oh, he's close. Let's go back through the archives.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, they don't even like the taboo subjects.
Yeah.
They don't like it unless it's stuff they can monetize, that they can get a good monetization off of.
Yeah, when they demonetized me, they said all the vaping videos, it was because they weren't advertiser friendly. And I'm like, you're not going for the right advertisers. I don't know. You can't argue with them. There's nobody to argue with when it actually comes down to it. I have another YouTube friend that was making videos and making pretty decent money. He's making $6,000 to $8,000 a month. on videos, and she did a short, and it pretty much went viral. That little short video, it made her like 12 grand, you know, but it also killed her channel. Like now she normally makes videos that are like 45 minutes or an hour long. She's been doing that for years, but now all those videos are like somehow the algorithm has like snubbed them. So when she was getting, 50 or 100,000 views, now she's getting maybe 2,000 or 3,000 views. So YouTube was wanting her to do shorts, so she did it, and it pretty much screwed her whole channel up, and her paycheck went down to like 3,000 a month instead of 6 to 8. So it like cut her pay in half. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird playing that whole algorithm game.
Read what Barry Hot just said. I saw one on Facebook. You know, they give you the reels now, and a lot of the reels are like the AI robots. They have them be female, the chest open up, and they have all these gadgets in them, and they all get pregnant, and they'll have pain when they're pregnant, and they're always like these older Asian men controlling these like poor, subservient robots. Well, besides all those, all of a sudden, I'm starting to see breastfeeding
Oh yeah.
videos, and this girl, she had a big old boobie, and she's like feeding the baby, but she's like smiling at the camera, and it's like, woman, you are not teaching breastfeeding, and she calls herself Breastfeeding World. You're not like teaching anybody anything. You're like, you only like the comments from the guys. You wait for the baby to unlatch. So now you've now got a full boob like on Facebook. You found a loop. Oh, I'm just feeding the baby. And the baby's like 2 years old. And she goes, suck that titty to the baby. And the baby's like laughing and doing it. She goes, suck that titty. And then the baby's like wants the camera out of her face, because I guess this lady like videotapes every single feeding, and the husband doesn't care. He's like, oh, she's got hundreds of these videos. The baby got mad and didn't want it recorded, so she goes, you're done. Give me my titty back. She tucks it in. Doing it just to exploit the kid. It's like another form of porn, and it's for like really gross. It's like it's like another fetish thing. And then she has her hair all done like in a half ponytail thing, all in red, like with Kool-Aid smile. She's like this with like a baby on her boob. Like, you got all dressed up to do this. Like, this is like, you're exploiting your kid, and this is gross. And I can't believe people do this crap.
Yeah.
So insane.
Yeah. If I make a comment or something, on Facebook, or like they were dinging us for a while.
But I'm cybersecurity threat, know.
It's like you're showing pornographic stuff on your channel. I'm like, what? Where? Who? How?
My pornographic was a sun in the sky.
Yeah. But then I open up my Facebook, and up there in the right-hand side, it's like, get pussy 3.5 miles away from you. Like,
yeah.
Really?
Sponsored ads too.
Yeah. Like, oh, you guys are doing these ads, but I can't say or do anything.
Yeah, but if I, have someone that's like threatening me, calling me like these words, racist, they're going to come after me because I'm an entitled blah, da, 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 da. And they keep on like spamming my account and all this shit, and I turn them in for spamming, and doing these things, or animal abuse, anything like that. They don't care. Oh, we're not removing this or removing that. But yeah, we'll leave the torpedo titties up.
Pew, pew, pew. Yep.
Ew, one of them too. It squirted like the baby was doing something and she lifted it and milk was just going everywhere and spraying the baby with it, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, you know what you're doing and it's disgusting.
Damn.
Now it's getting late because
Yep.
I just went in the gutter.
Yeah, you know, gutter's always not a terrible.
Yes, be glad I didn't send that to the you and Todd thing. The
Yeah.
torpedo titty. Someone's like, now come on, you did that just to show that XXL large tit.
Yeah. Well, on that torpedo titty note,
Yeah.
we're gonna torpedo on out of here. We're gonna be like a baby and head out.
Ha!
So we won't see you Sunday on Paranormal Soup, but we should be back next Wednesday for another weird.
Bunch of weird. Maybe we do some cards or something.
Yeah, need to have a card show.
Do something.
So other than that, y'all have a great rest of the week and be safe out there. It's a weird world we live in. Who knows what'll happen? So we'll catch y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with us as always.